Yo, what is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 540 of Community Universe Mode and bringing you episode 145 of Monday Night Fusion. Excuse me. As I am coming very close to finally curb stomping this cold into oblivion, we have got quite a tasty card ahead of us, as always. Action-packed to the brim. And things getting underway with a bang. Some tag team action coming at you. Soul, you delicious little being. And what is up, Hardline Echo? Holla, holla. We, of course, coming off of the heels. Last night's second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. That was most definitely a very fun show. If you did not see it, if you were not there live to watch what went down, I had the beautiful one and only Paul Devon with me on commentary, and it was a very fun show with, well, I think much like last year, pretty surprising outcome. The underdog team, the Dark Horses, PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, ending the night by hoisting up that big, beautiful trophy with the COO of CMV, Triple H, cheering them on, and me and Paul Devon and commentary going crazy. It was a great show, but now the aftermath and continue to push forward here in CMV. Still so much to get to in these coming months. I mean, in just 2 weeks' time, as in not this weekend, but next weekend, the first Genesis pay-per-view of the season going to be coming at you, Death Wish. And then the weekend after that will, of course, be not only NGW Checkpoint Chicago, but also the next time Fusion will be on pay-per-view for Regicide. Not to mention, in the coming months, the 4th annual Tag Team Cup in Tokyo, Japan, and the 6th annual King of the Ring. I mean, CMV's schedule is looking packed, but, well, living up to his name as he makes his way out here tonight. The gold-blooded franchise, the longest reigning CMV-led heavyweight champion of all time, the face of change, Mr. CMV. Of course, last time we saw him was back at Retaliation, his match of the year candidate against Jacob Ziegler for the world title. Coming up short the very next night on Fusion, he, well, actually ended up quitting. That didn't last long. Last week came out here, brutally assaulted Cameron Cray after Cray had made his successful debut against Stefan Hastings. Percy saying, "How dare," speaking to Yuri Sokolov, "I quit and you try to replace me with someone like Cameron Cray," and then snapping at the CM Universe as well. Feeling as though there was not enough talk on social media and elsewhere about his departure. Well, now he's back and forming a dream team with one Shay Hoxton as they take on Cameron Cray and the new CMV Anarchy champion Tyson Cage. But guys, tonight is especially a big one because in our main event last week, Harvey Hastings won that Fatal 5 and become #1 contender. Jacob Ziegler on Twitter said, "I don't want to wait, Harvey. We've been waiting for this match. Let's get it done." And Harvey agreed. So right here tonight, Harvey Hastings, Jacob Ziegler for the World Championship. Also tonight, guys, we have got a debut, Killian Red, keeping up the NGCW invasion. And speaking of, here comes Shea Hoxton, but Killian Red, of course, formerly in CMV. Haven't seen him in a couple of years, though, but he is back, and, well, it is going to be a hell of a match because he's going to share that ring with Malandra and Dallas Steel. 3 Titans going to collide in triple threat action. We've also got both KRIS Proudfoot and Jason Spade in singles competition after they made it to the finals of the X-Gen Tag Team Classic last night. Coming up short against Mood and Briggs, though, and there's Hoxton, who fell out in the first round of said Classic. Had Shanaz Andoni as his partner, hoping that he fares better alongside Percy Simmons, as here comes Cameron Cray, who made his very anticipated debut last week, taking down Stefan Hastings in a rather impressive fashion, only to then be blindsided by an irate Percy Simmons. Well, Cameron Cray not having to wait long to get his shot at redemption. Question is, how will he fare alongside Tyson Cage? Tyson Cage, of course, last week becoming the CMV Anarchy champion once again, making it to the finals and beating out Logan Hale. Two-time. Now as champ, though, Tyson Cage going to have that target on his back, and even though he and Cray partnering up tonight, I'm sure in the back of Cray's mind, he wouldn't mind softening up the champ, getting a feel for him. And there he is, the bona fide Hollywood star once again, with that hunk of gold in his possession. Tyson Cage, we know in the past, has had his problems with Shea Hoxton. In fact, Tyson Cage beat out Hoxton in that Anarchy Championship tournament to advance. They are now 1-1, and Hoxton has made it very clear he would love a chance to break that tie with the championship on the line. Excuse me, I can't beat this cough. I'm just gonna end up dying. Press F to pay respects. So here we go on a night that a whole lot could change here on Monday Night Fusion. Things getting underway as Percy Simmons goes right after Cameron Cray. Cray able to dodge him, but not on that second shot. Simmons clipping him right in the face with the heel of his boots. Now in the camel clutch position. Bashing in the face of Cray. Those closed fists into side control and a little bit of a headstand. The show off, Percy Simmons. Getting the juices flowing throughout the CMV universe, but, well, his jaw might be hanging on by a thread after that. Cameron Cray going to make sure, following up with a nasty discus forearm smash and an early tag of the Anarchy champion. Percy Simmons starting to serve. Tyson getting right on top of him. Folding up that arm for a stomp to the bicep. Cage now quickly brings him up to a vertical base. And a swinging neck break. You know, as much as Percy Simmons might be disliked by the fans here in CMV, and, well, a lot of guys in the back, there's no denying his incredible in-ring ability. And if I were Cameron Cray, Tyson Cage here, it'd definitely be weary. I mean, Percy Simmons ended the career of one of the greatest of all time, Schmitty. Not playing around as Simmons, and I think that his goals are very clear. Going to want to get another shot at that World Championship. He became so close to winning so many times just a couple of weeks ago in the main event of Retaliation. Ooh, and Tyson Cage, as the Anarchy champion, knows how to use his environment to his advantage, following it up with a pendulum backward. Count of 6, though. Watch it. 7, though, and Tyson Cage going to save the day, but Percy Simmons quickly tries to make a hot tag to Shea Hoxton. Good job by Cage, making sure he cannot do so. So far, so good. And they're even going to get a bit of unexpected teamwork between Cameron Cray and Tyson Cage. Assisted crossbody Cray as the smaller man leaped through the air to connect with that. Oh, and look at Cameron Cray. Talked about it last week during his debut, man. So methodical is the British Bruiser. Loves just picking his opponents apart slowly and deliberately. And I'm sure he's basking in the opportunity to, well, tear Percy Simmons limb from limb. Cray wanting to make a tag at Tyson Cage. Perhaps not going to happen. Watch out, referee Murphy. Nearly taking a bump. Cray now sent into the corner as Percy Simmons just talking that trash. Trying to hype himself up. Now makes a tag to Shea Hoxton. And, well, Cameron Cray and Shea Hoxton have crossed paths before. Not in a while, though. Great teamwork by these two. I mean, they both said on Twitter this was a dream team in the making, but Shea Hoxton trying to show us what he's working with. Got distracted. Cameron Cray makes a hot tag. Ooh! And a Hoxton taking down the Anarchy champion with that Uranagi. Then just throwing himself at Cage ringside. Not really connecting with anything specific. This is the match that Hoxton wants, though. Rubber match between he and Cage, and for the Anarchy Championship. Shea Hoxton a couple of months ago beat Tyson Cage when he was in his first reign as Anarchy Champion. And as I mentioned, Cage beat out Hoxton in the first round of the CMV Anarchy Championship tournament. Shea Hoxton, though, says that doesn't count because Logan Hale distracted him, if you remember. Hoxton says the decision should have been reversed. Back into the ring, though, goes Hoxton. Tyson Cage hot on his tail. Cameron Cray back to his seat. And Tyson Cage looking to make a special delivery. Double knees to the face, but Hoxton knows Cage too well. And now Hoxton gonna make Cage pay with the 21. Will it be enough? 1, 2. No, it will not. The Anarchy champ digging down deep to get out of that one, but Hoxton gonna keep up the pressure now with a reel him in DDT. Yeah, certainly Tyson Cage has a lot of tag team experience. A former Fusion tag team champion. Knows how to get along with people he doesn't like. I'd say so far him and Cray have worked fairly well together, but well, currently Cage is struggling. If I were in the champ shoes, I'd be, in fact, looking for a tag right about now. Percy Simmons, though, rocker dropper by the franchise. And, well, Tyson Cage, not the first time he's been busted wide open, but the moneymaker getting targeted. Percy Simmons blows a kiss, high kick, kick to the midsection, single knee face breaker. Cage is down. Can he make that tag to Cameron Cray? Yes, he can. Cray back into the fray. Goes for a forearm smash. Ooh, but Percy just going to flatten him in the corner with that clothesline. Cameron Cray not staying down for long, but Percy able to dodge that clothesline. Cameron Cray, great wherewithal on display as he rolls to the outside. Percy in pursuit, though. Ooh, nasty kind of back suplex variation. I believe that is called a Southern light suplex. Cameron Cray, though, trying to regain control. Currently at a count of 4 by referee Murphy. Ooh, DDT on the outside by the longest reigning light heavyweight champion of all time. Look at that escape, though, by Cameron Cray, reeling Percy Simmons right into that drop toe hold. Count of 7, and Cray now saves the day, but hot tag by Percy. Knew exactly where he was. Here comes Hoxton. A fire up under his ass. Beautiful back elbow kip up. Cray meeting him, though, with a forearm smash to the face. Battling for control in the corner now. Cray escapes. Nasty forearm smash again. Shea right back to his seat. And there's the gouge of the eyes and a forearm smash of his own. Cray says, boot up under the chin. And even though his head's hurting, Cameron Cray got to snap back into reality. Right now, it seems like he's not too sure how he wants to proceed, but wasting time that Shea Hoxton's going to utilize. Kicking out the shin of Cray, and now Hoxton, who knows Cray very well. Biding his time as KRIS gets to his feet. Shea now gonna pounce on him like a lion out in the wilderness, about to sink its teeth into its prey. But KRIS able to muster just a little bit of offense, locking in that submission, but Shea Hoxton's out of it rather quickly, and now Hoxton, what's he going for? Oh, well, whatever he tried for there, a little bit too far away. Oh! In about a couple minutes, I'm sure we're going to see great big red welt across KRIS' chest, but, well, 21 might deliver the end of this match unless Tyson Kidd can make the save in time, but, well, he doesn't have to. KRIS now gonna be the one to make sure this match continues on. Some impressive resiliency on display by the rookie. Shea Hoxton, though, knowing full well he has KRIS wounded, and another 21 on the horizon. There it is. 1, 2. What? Did Percy just break up the pin? Hoxton laughing. I'm pretty sure that would have been a 3 of 2. What the hell? Well, I have to imagine that was a mistake on the part of Percy Simmons. A mistake that, well, now might end up costing him and Shea, because KRIS going for the recliner, but, well, now Percy doing what he's actually supposed to do, saving Shea Hoxton from possibly tapping out. Another DDT, and now KRIS busted open. There's that merciless side of Shea, choking out KRIS. Feel this matchup slipping away from him. Willing to do whatever he's got to do in order to take back control. Hoxton going to the corner. What the hell is he doing? KRIS following him through. Watch out, Tyson Cage, and another kick to the shin. And John Reed with a tweet here saying, Harvey Hastings, I can't wait for you to lose tonight so that I can slide in and face Ziggler for the title. Well, look at this. Some more great teamwork. Wow, look at this. Incredible. Simply amazing, working in tandem. And, well, even though Percy Simmons nearly costed them the match a few minutes ago, gonna try to make up for it now, sizing KRIS up for the finish, but KRIS with a big-time clutch right into the rocker dropper. Man, KRIS got to make a tag to Tyson Cage, but in all honesty, just looking at Tyson Cage, doesn't look like he's in much better condition. Back in comes Hoxton. Going right back to that choke. And Hoxton, man, KRIS just his second week here in CMV. He is getting the work. Look at that face. Turning towards Simmons. Big crack to the jaw, knocks him off the apron, but, well, Hoxton's going to get to capitalize on the distraction that KRIS really costed himself there. Hoxton is not what I would call a high flyer. Whatever he's setting up for here, ooh, not going to pay off for him. Attempted missile dropkick, 1. Ooh, only a 1 count, though. And now it is KRIS back on the hunt. Hoxton to his feet, having no idea where he is. Back into the recliner. The recliner by KRIS. Hoxton's trapped. Nowhere to go. Percy does not make the save this time, and Shea Hoxton is forced to submit. KRIS enduring the onslaught in order to make that comeback, and I'm sure it had to feel good for him to tap out Hoxton. Not going to be leaving without his wounds of war, though, that's for sure. Man, I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure that Percy Simmons and Shea Hoxton would have had the match won right there, but again, Simmons questionably breaking up Hoxton's pin. So Cameron Cray and Tyson Cage get the job done here to kick off Fusion number 145. And a nice handshake sealing the deal of this partnership. Looks like the dream team of Simmons and Hoxton gonna have to live to fight another day. Well, my friends, still a lot to get to here tonight on a Monday Night Fusion, but up next, definitely a matchup that can be a bit of a sleeper, I feel like. The Harbinger of Darkness, Bannon, in action for the first time since his loss to Andrew Briggs back at Retaliation, taking on KRIS Proudfoot, who will have Jason Spade in his corner. But this is actually Proudfoot's first singles match since coming to CMV. Of course, it was him and Spade who just last night, 24 hours ago, made it to the finals of the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. So close to putting their personal beef aside that nearly erupted last week on Fusion. And, well, they just came up short. PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, the better men. We're going to see Andrew Briggs actually in action a little bit later on. He's going to be taking on Joey Diaz, but also Jason Spade scheduled for competition later on against Logan Hale. For now, though, Spade going to play cheerleader at ringside. This is definitely going to be a test for KRIS Proudfoot, Bannon, a CMV veteran, a former Anarchy champion, and definitely a transformed man. Coming back after a near year hiatus at the top of this season. Says he's no longer looking to heal, instead looking to destroy those in his path. That scar that's plastered across the entirety, the left side of his face. Of course, caused by the brutal brawl he had with Billy Weaver. KRIS Proudfoot has got his work cut out for him. A lot of eyes going to be on Monday Night Fusion here tonight. The main event we have to come, Harvey Hastings versus Jacob Ziegler for the World Championship. But for KRIS Proudfoot, he is currently on a mission to prove that he has what it takes to cut it here in CMV, the big time. So far, he's, well, I hate to say it, but not done too great. He's yet to pick up a victory since debuting in CMV late last month. However, like I said, he's been teaming with Jason Spade. This is his first singles match. I guess you could count him and Spade's wins last night in the Tag Team Cup. They made it past the first round, past the semifinals, but, well, you could definitely still tell there's an underlying tension between the very fragile alliance of Proudfoot and Spade. Hopefully, they can utilize whatever they did last night to stay on track and not end up turning on each other. Look how Jason Spade hangs back a little bit. So here we go, Kris Proudfoot testing his might, mano a mano, against a CMV mainstay, the Burning Man. Referee Murphy rings the bell, and quite clearly Bannon going to enjoy a considerable size advantage. Bannon definitely thicked up his time off. Again, nearly a year away from the ring. This is just his second match back. Or I should say third. He defeated Adam Valentine last month and put on a hell of a show against Andrew Briggs at Retaliation, but ended up coming up short against the King of the Ring. Look at that, Kris Proudfoot just thrown into the corner like a rag doll. Bannon immediately going to put that power advantage to use. Escapes from that shoulder claw. Proudfoot with a chop block shot to the back of the knee. Now targeting those knees. Rapid kicks by Canada's own. I always almost say Canada. Bannon already working out a kink in his shoulder. Kicks the knee. That knee. Ooh. Down to the outside. If this is a Royal Rumble, Bannon would be eliminated. Proudfoot feeling himself right now, trying to get energized. CMV Universe seems to be in his corner. Irish Whip to the corner. What up, Bateman? You beautiful boy. This is the second match. You did miss Simmons and Hoxton versus Train Cage. Caught, though. Elbow to the knee. Big man taking a trip ringside. Got to watch out for Spade there. Of course, if Spade tries to get involved at all, it might lead to a disqualification, so he's got to be careful. Spinning soul kick, catches the kick attempt. Oh my God! And I think I heard Proudfoot's spine crack off the apron from all the way over here. Yeah, Proudfoot wanting to get back in the ring for sure. Bannon missing a big boot attempt. Oh, but walking right into that tilt-a-whirl slam. Haven't seen a tilt-a-whirl slam like that in quite a while. Rolls to the outside now. Murphy immediately beginning his count. Ooh, gets the back of the knee though. And again, Proudfoot's got a game plan that I have to say he's executing pretty brilliantly. He just really can't seem to find a way to battle back the immense strength that Bannon amidst deadlift, sit out powerbomb. Dragged by arm and leg. Into the pin now. First attempt of the match. Does Bannon have it in the bag already? No, only a 1 count, not even close. Vertical base, but Proudfoot's ready for him. Big crack to the jaw. And there's the side effect by Proudfoot coming out of nowhere into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and just nearly grabbing that 3, but it's not going to be enough. However, Proudfoot not one to give up easy. Brings Bannon to his feet. Irish whip out onto the apron. Now taunting, talking that trash. What the hell has Proudfoot got in store here? Wait a minute, Mamma Mia! DDT on the apron. Head first into all that wood and metal. And of course, it's just like Bannon. to be completely unfazed by such a devastating shot like that. Proudfoot saying, you got what you got. Come give it to me. Bannon answers the call. Closed fist to the pec and a back body drop. Stomp to the lower back now, and Bannon's got something dastardly in store for Proudfoot. Freak accident. 1, 2. Proudfoot able to stay in it, but the question is for how long? Got Jason Spade ringside, but hasn't really been doing anything to try to help out his partner. And Bannon now has his sights set on crucifying but there we go, just as I was talking about it, Jason Spade saving Proudfoot from perhaps taking the L there, and I definitely do think that was going to be a 3 count. Bannon shakes it off. Had to know the dangers of that. Spade was going to be out here. Clotheslines in the corner though, and Proudfoot just walking right into that sidewalk slam. Another freak accident perhaps, but with whatever he has left, Proudfoot grinding his teeth. Slingshot sends Bannon flying back towards the center of the ring. Another side effect. Bannon counters this one, and what a counter it is! Holy cow! That was awesome! Just how dangerous the Harbinger of Darkness is. And a clear stomp right to the midsection. Followed up by this illegal choke, but he does have to the count of 5. Using that to his discretion and going for another crucifix it out powerbomb. Proudfoot knew it though. And look at that! What a combination, ending in a brutal knee strike to the face and now leaking that blood. Brutal cut opened up over Bannon's forehead. Proudfoot's in the zone, looking good right now. Charging him for that single leg drop kick. Oh, man, that boot to the chest. Surprised didn't go right through him. And look at Bannon work now, so meticulous. Jason Spade can hardly watch from ringside. Drilling the knee down into the kidneys. Now slowly but surely picks Proudfoot up into a seated position. Proudfoot though sends out a shot connecting to the midsection. Clothesline into the corner. Bannon now trapped down below. Proudfoot looking to send his boot right into the chest, but caught by the former Anarchy champion. And another freak accident. Look at the angle, the height, the velocity. Absolutely devastating. 1, 2. Still only able to get a 2 count as Bannon, his mangled face looking right over at Jason Spade before turning his attention back to Proudfoot. Middle of the ring, going for the crucifix powerbomb again. Another reversal, and Spade, the side effect, finds a home. 1, 2, 3, and KRIS Proudfoot is victorious for the first time here in CMV, but he has definitely got to give a shout out to Jason Spade for helping him out there. Right here, we thought the match was going to be over after Bannon hit his patented crucifix sit-out powerbomb. Jason Spade, though, distracted the referee, allowed Proudfoot to come back and eventually pick up that W. Now we'll find out if Jason Spade can match that momentum later on when he's in action against Logan Hale. Well, here we go up next for our third match of the evening, guys. One that I am looking forward to as Jason Shadow gears up to take on Chris Sullivan. Well, Chris Sullivan been on the minds of many in the CM universe these past couple of weeks, and on the mind of Ryan Kent as well, I'm sure, after the stun he pulled last week following Kent's victory over Jay Mercer. Chris Sullivan actually came out onto the ramp. We haven't seen Chris Sullivan prior in a couple of weeks, and well, made his intentions very clear that he wanted a shot at that United States Championship. However, his night did not end there, as after the show was over, a CMV Wrestling.com exclusive showed Chris Sullivan brutally beating down the United States Champion backstage with a steel chair. I mean, I'm surprised Ryan Kent was even at the X-Gen Tag Team Classic last night, quite honestly. Chris Sullivan gave him the beating of a lifetime. But, well, Chris Sullivan might end up regretting getting on the Firestarter's bad side. For tonight, though, Sullivan going to have to maintain a 100% focus as he is in the ring with a hell of a competitor, NGW alumni Jaden Shadow, who is as eager as even Sullivan may be to get some recognition. Jaden Shadow been struggling these past couple months ever since getting called up from NGW to Fusion. Most recently, losing out in the CMV Anarchy Championship Tournament. Jaden Shadow, a lethal striker, and especially his knee game is something that you're going to want to look out for on this night, where in the main event we very well may crown a new undisputed champion, Harvey Hastings and Jacob Ziegler, and their long-awaited rubber match. Title up for grabs. I definitely see a very bright future for Jaden Shadow here in CMV and on Monday Night Fusion. He's just got to find a way to start putting some wins together. Jaden Shadow ready for battle, but is he prepared for the ferocity that Chris Sullivan has been exhibiting these past few weeks? Boston's own on a bit of a rampage, and well, Jaden Shadow stands the chance of ending up a victim if he doesn't play his cards right. For Sullivan to beat down Ryan Kent the way that he did last week, to someone the stature of Ryan Kent, Chris Sullivan is definitely trying to prove to maybe even more than the CM Universe himself that he has what it takes to succeed on his own. Part of the inaugural Trios Champions, a two-time Trios Champion, but as a singles competitor, despite always putting on some great performances, not a whole lot of notable wins. Let's see if he can start changing that with Jaden Shadow right here tonight. Referee Murphy rings that bell and things get underway. Both men meeting in the center of the ring. Jaden Shadow kicks things off. Big forearm smash, but Sullivan fires back quickly with a bicycle kick that's already got Shadow rocked. And a hangman's neck breaker. Immediately following that up, kick to the back, but Jaden Shadow takes that with a pinch of salt. Now a combo, unloading on Sully. Ooh, dodged that kick attempt though, and a boot right to the chest, followed by a kick attempt to the chest, countered with a dragon screw. And there's a kick to the chest for you, stomp to the wrist. Of course, Chris Sullivan's advocate, legendary wrestling promoter and manager Baron Blade watching closely. Jaden Shadow biting Chris Sullivan's finger. That's what I call some unorthodox offense. I'm not even sure that's completely legal. Jaden better be careful. I'll tell you this much, Sullivan's finger is probably going to have a nice big bruise on it. Count of three, though. Both guys racing to get back into the ring. Irish whip by Sully. Tries to greet Jaden with a spinning back elbow. A couple of forearm smashes and a jawbreaker instead. Gonna drop him down. Now goes for the leg. Jaden Shadow kicks out the knee. Stunning Boston zone momentarily. Trying for that running knee and it didn't really go his way. Knife edge chop. Lighten up that chest with the 4th of July. Now he's shot to the other corner and full steam ahead with that forearm smash to the jaw. Forearm smashes. Oh my God, just one after the other. Bone meeting bone. And look at Chris Sullivan at work. Using the ring like a tag team partner. Gotta watch referee Murphy's count though. Nearly getting to 5, and that would have resulted in a disqualification. Certainly would have been upsetting for Chris Sullivan. Irish whip though. Shadow sends him into the corner, trying for an into lariat. Face first into an elbow, instead busts him wide open. Jaden fueling this match, slipping away from him. Sullivan is putting the pressure on, guys. Shadow desperately trying to get himself some air. Sullivan in from the apron, and what a DDT. Quickly back to his feet, however. Jawbreaker, kick to the midsection, caught by Jaden, and right into a triangle choke, man. In the matter of just a second, Chris Sullivan in trouble, but able to break free with a couple of punches to the bicep. Now a Michinoku driver. Nope, Jaden Shadow drops down behind. Shadow going full force with that single leg high knee. And not done either. Takes a step back, lines up his shot. Sullivan to his feet. Oh, and chopped down to size with that spear. 1, 2. Oh, man. Only a 2 count. Jaden Shadow thought he had it, but Chris Sullivan survives. Will he survive this? Whatever Jaden's cooking up from the high rent district. Big risk being taken, and it does not pay off. Sullivan simply sidestepping, and Jaden may have just given the win over to Sully. Oh man, neck breaker. Straight to the pin with a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Chris Sullivan is victorious. One slip up by Jaden Shadow as he attempted to jump off the top rope. Sully sidesteps it and makes him pay with that neck breaker, and it is game over. And here's what did it right here. Such torque behind that neck breaker. Jaden taking a long nap. Chris Sullivan, like I said, I have never seen him this aggressive. He's got one goal and one goal only on his mind, and that is Ryan Kent's United States Championship. And with that win, it's hard to argue that he doesn't deserve an opportunity. Coupled together with what he did to Kent last week. The show continues, guys, with the potential to have another show stealer. As up next, Logan Hale takes on Jason Spade. Of course, just earlier tonight, we saw Chris Proudfoot knock off Bannon with Spade in his corner. Now the rules are reversed. We'll see if Spade can handle his own against, well, a man that he has crossed paths with before. form of Logan Hale. Of course, last week lost to Tyson Cage with the Anarchy Championship on the line. Logan Hale not looking to let that bog him down. Going to try to start to build back up immediately. And still to come tonight, guys, Killian Red makes his CMV return in a colossal triple threat. And by saying colossal, I mean colossal. Going to be in there with Malandra and Dallas Steele. I just got to hope that ring is reinforced. Also got Joey Diaz battling Andrew Briggs in the co-main event. Of course, the undisputed title will be on the line when Harvey Hastings challenges Jacob Ziegler in their long-awaited rubber match. And the Viking King probably spent all of last week beating himself up, unable to topple Tyson Cage with the Anarchy Championship on the line. Logan Hale, though a CMV veteran, never been one to allow losses to deter him from his ultimate goal. Always a dangerous competitor. Logan Hale ready for competition, and competition is most definitely what he's going to get in the form of Jason Spade. Again, Spade and Proudfoot making it to the finals of the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic last night, and much like Logan Hale has probably been beating himself up about losing out on the Anarchy Championship, I'm sure that Spade and Proudfoot not too happy about allowing Moon and Briggs to get the better of them, but, well, Proudfoot took a step in the right direction earlier tonight. Let's see if Spade can now take that momentum and run with it. What's up, GOAT? Spade and Proudfoot as a team these last 2 weeks been on thin ice, and, well, the turbulence between them is starting to kick up to higher and higher levels. Seemed like last night during the tournament they were trying to push it aside, get over it, and work as a unit. Hopefully they can keep it up. But here we go. Logan Hale, Jason Spade, one-on-one for our fourth match of the night. Murphy rings that bell. And much like Bannon earlier had the size advantage over KRIS Proudfoot, Logan Hale going to have a considerable amount of weight over Jason Spade as well as height. But look at that, Spade never count out Jason Spade, who has the blessing of the one and only Paul Devine to one day be at the top, the upper echelon here in CMV. That is quite a pat on the back. Not a lot of people can impress Paul Devine, so Jason Spade should take solace that he, this early in his CMV career has impressed so many. Because Paul Devine's not the only one, let me tell you. Oh, look at that! Thought Logan Hale had the power advantage. Might have to rethink that. Sit out power bomb by Spade, followed by a nasty looking knee to the side of the head. Logan Hale pops back up, swinging knee to the chest. Retakes control. Handstand elbow drop, okay. Something you don't see too often. A little bit of a unique maneuver by the Viking King, but Jason Spade out to dethrone him here tonight. There's Logan Hale. Nice little Wow, T-bone suplex kind of variation. Kip up. And there's that strength. Deadlift, gut wrench into a sit-out powerbomb. Now that is impressive. Forearm smash, Irish whipper to the corner. Logan Hale full steam ahead, going for another forearm smash, but Spade sidesteps him and catches him off guard with that back suplex. Now Spade's sealing himself as Hale desperately using the ropes to get back up to his feet. Spade's got his sights set on him though. Clothesline, didn't quite get there. Hey, second time works out for him. And down to the outside, Logan Hale having a trip. See ya next fall as Spade to the top rope. And this is 10 feet plus double boot stomp attempt. Well, didn't connect the way that it's supposed to, but as Spade was popping up for the roll through, bumping into Logan Hale. Back into the ring now, both competitors right back to it. Long road home. Samoan driver produces only a 1 count. Spade gonna give it a second shot. Logan Hale straight back up to his feet though. Jason Spade says to hell with it. Takes that leap of faith and pays off with a clothesline. Hale again frantically trying to find some footing, and right back to the outside. And here comes Spade. They say the third time is the charm, ladies and gentlemen. Elbow stamp. Now that would have been game-changing if that connected. An elbow right to the top of the head from that height. Woo! Logan Hale might have had his skull cracked. And just like that, Jason Spade, the Lansenberg lobotomy into the pin. But unfortunate for Jason Spade, who was just too excited to try and win the match. Poor ring positioning. Hale gets out on a rope break. Jason Spade keeps the pressure on. Helluva kick. Boot right across the dome. Going into overdrive now. Hale frantically looking for any sort of opening. Butterfly suplex. Spade pops him right back up to his feet. Kick to the knee. Up against the ropes. Oh boy, what is Spade working here? Oh no, gut first on the top rope. Gonna be feeling that in the morning. Well, Jason Spade's not done. Taking a few moments, regain his composure, deep breath, put some gas back in the tank. Gotta remember, Jason Spade takes that time. Logan Hale's getting a break as well. Now that forearm smash attempt in the corner. He has tried multiple times in this match. Dragon suplex. 1, 2. Nearly clipping the wings of Logan Hale. Jason Spade to the corner. Helluva kick again. Finds its mark. Hale right back up, however. Taking that shot and brushing it off. Pushing forward like the fighter that he is. Uh-oh, another big-time sit-out powerbomb, though. Logan Hale's reeling. Jason Spade's got him right where he wants him. To the top rope. Vintage Spade, if he goes for that double boot stomp. And there it is! The guts, the insides, the intestines of Logan Hale all being mushed under the heels of Jason Spade. Logan Hale, though, look at that. The Viking King. T position. Crucifix powerbomb. And you can tell just how much damage that inflicted. Jason Spade writhing in agony as he clutches at his lower back. But just in the blink of an eye, Jason Spade turns things around, and now it's Logan Hale who rises to his feet, only to be planted with the Lansenberg lobotomy again, and this time there ain't gonna be no rope break to save him. 1, 2, just a 2 count. Jason Spade a bit beside himself that Hale is able to survive. Gotta keep the pressure on though, Spade knows that. Hale is looking worse for wear. I don't even know how he survived that Lansenberg lobotomy, but well, survive is a an ideal word in this scenario. How longer can Logan Hale survive? Powerbomb attempt, rolls through to Spade though into a victory, steals it, Spade taking the W off an improvised counter, and Hale straight to his feet as Jason Spade escapes with a clutch-ass victory here tonight. So this is interesting, guys. Over these past few weeks, we've seen Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade attempt to work together to no avail, racking up loss after loss. But tonight, the two of them on their own pick up individual singles victories. Could this be a sign that maybe they are better suited as individuals? I mean, I'm sure Jason Spade appreciates Chris Proudfoot saving him from the beatdown at the hands of the Undead, but I mean, we've just seen this growing animosity between these two resurfacing from their past. And even though they are both excited about their wins tonight, Logan Hale certainly isn't happy. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in the future. And up next, guys, here on Fusion number 145, our tertiary main event. And as I said earlier tonight, I have got to hope that that ring is reinforced, because there's about to be over 1 ton in that squared circle as Killian Red makes his return to CMV for the first time in nearly 2 years. Last time we saw him was in the 5th annual CMV Royal Rumble match, where he debuted to the surprise of everyone, actually broke a record that night for the longest time in a Royal Rumble that since then has been broken. But Killian Red is back and, well, definitely being thrown right into the deep end, as he's going to be in there with Malandra, rookie who debuted just a couple of weeks ago with a surprising upset loss to Logan Hale, in fact. But the luchador who redefines that very word, going to hope to bounce back. And, of course, the one and only Dallas Steel, the God Killer, former CMV International Champion who dominated Genesis most of last season. This is going to be a doozy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Louisianimal is back and ready to smash some skulls. A looming presence that can't be underestimated as Killian Red makes his way down the ramp and towards the ring. You know, usually all three of these guys would head into a contest expecting the advantage when it comes to their superior size and strength, but well, they're all going to be equally matched on this night. Like that age-old saying, pick on someone your own size. That's very bright. Did I just die? Oh my God, that is terrifying. Imagine waking up and seeing that in your corner. It's nice and comfortable in your bed. You just roll over and just see an ominous figure. That's Killian Red creeping into your room. And here comes the The unmistakable presence of Melandra. I mean, I can't tell you how personally shocked I was a couple of weeks ago when this man debuted and lost to Logan Hale. I mean, don't get it twisted. Melandra spent the majority of that match beating the high holy hell out of Logan Hale, but Hale eventually was able to get the better of him after enduring the pain that this man inflicted upon him. You're not going to find many luchadors in Mexico or anywhere else in the world for that matter like Melandra. A beast of another kind, if you will. And last but not least, to round out this triple threat in our tertiary main event, the former CMV International Champion, the God Killer, Dallas Steele, the genetic freak, the mutation. Like I said, spent the majority of last season just bulldozing his way through the Genesis roster. Now returned after a couple of months off to Fusion. Made it to the semifinals of the CMV Anarchy Championship Tournament before falling out at Retaliation. Dallas Steele is a formidable foe for any opponent that is unlucky enough, I'd say, to step into the ring against him. But again, whereas all three of these guys are probably used to having the power factor on their side going into a match, dwarfing their opponents, and same will not be said for this one. All three guys about the same height, same size, same build even. So here we go, guys. Killian Red is back. Melandra looking to redeem himself after his debut loss in Dallas Steele. Hoping to turn things around after losing out on the Anarchy Championship opportunity. And actually, as this match starts, it seems like Killian Red, I can't believe I'm saying this, might be the smallest man. At least height-wise. Oh my God, and look at Melandra just immediately throwing both of his opponents around. Oh, and a nasty dragon screw. The Louisiana waiting in the wings. Dallas Steele, though, sees him coming first. Russian leg sweep. Oh, and then a dragon suplex coming out of nowhere. Yeah, Steele did not expect that. And Killian Red says, let me just go to the corner and chill real quick. I always say, if I was ever in a triple threat, any sort of multi-man match, exactly what I would do. Let my opponents beat the hell out of each other while I sit back and relax. Killian Red tries to charge Melandra, drop toe hold, hangs him up in the second rope, and now Melandra using said ropes. Ooh, putting some extra damage on that knee, and then a big boot right to the face of Dallas Steele into a stretch muffler. And Dallas Steele, certainly not used to being manhandled like that. Able to escape, though, before being forced to submit. Killian Red back to his feet now, into the ring, and clothesline. Gonna take down the genetic freak. Here comes Melandra with a kip up. Talk about a man his size moving like that. I don't even want to imagine. Melandra, fall away slam to the God Killer just as Killian Red gets back to his feet. Melandra drops him back down with a back suplex side slam. Look at that. Yo, Melandra is stealing this match. Killian Red, I assure you, has never been picked up like that. Dallas Steele, though, making sure that ain't the end. T-bone suplex, kip up again by Melandra. And now sizing up Dallas Steele, who gets to his feet. Unbeknownst to him, though, or perhaps was ready for it. And now it's Dallas Steele who looks for the checkmate. Elbows to the side of the head. Melandra sets himself free. Pop up. Cutter to the former international champion. Killian Red looks for his opportunity. Grabs that kick to the midsection. Floors him with a clothesline. Now going to try to steal the pin on Dallas. 1, 2. Ooh, just about does it. That would have been the heist of the century right there. Tries for the pin again, only gets a 1 count. Melandra back into the ring, high knee. He is just going at Killian Red, my God. And what is this now? Snake Eyes, Killian Red. Oh, welcome back to CMV, busted wide open. Oh. That was a bit weird. Seems like he's okay for the most part. As okay as one can be. After being mauled by someone like Melandra. There goes Dallas Steele into the pin. Killian Red right into the fray. Messing up Dallas Steele's flow. And look at Red. Might be the smallest man in this match, but might be the strongest too. Military press and a spine buster to Melandra. Now to the corner, the Wheezy Animal. The motherfucking beast. Well, thought he was going to try for something. Guess I was wrong. Oh, that was an interesting sound effect. Killian Red, though, getting ready to end Melandra. Did not see Steele coming with that double leg takedown. Ooh, they just bump into each other. No effect on either man. Clothesline. Luchador gonna take a tumble to the outside. Swooping around. Killian, though, clips him with an elbow to the side of the head. What is this? Butterfly suplex stalling a bit, though, is Red before finally dropping him down. Killian wasting some time, taunting Melandra. Oh, taking out both men with that big boot. Gotta hand it to all three of these guys. This match has been awesome. You know, a lot of people see big men like these three as being nothing more than, you know, beasts who just go in there and, you know, have a 1-minute match and walk out. But every single one of these guys proving that they are maybe even equally as agile compared to their strength. Pop-up cutter there, though. Might do it for Melandra. Steele ain't going to be no use to breaking up this pin. Red's on his own, but it's enough, and Melandra is victorious. Quick, hard-hitting, destructive. These three beat the hell out of each other, and it was anyone's ball game, but it's Melandra with that lethal pop-up cutter of his that's going to get the win. I do not like the way he just looked into the camera, legitimately sent shivers down my spine. I got goosebumps. Well, guys, for Fusion number 145, we now get into our co-main event, as Joey Diaz has got himself quite a fight taking on Andrew Briggs. And remember, still to come up next, our main event, the Undisputed Championship, guys, is on the line when Harvey Hastings challenges Jacob Ziegler. And, of course, getting that shot for winning the Fatal 5-Way in last week's main event, Fatal 5-Way, that Andrew Briggs was a part of, as well as PJ Moon. And it was Moon and Briggs who just 24 hours ago, the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic bested 3 other teams, including the team of Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. And, well, finally, KRIS Proudfoot and Jason Spade to hoist up that beautiful trophy. And we now know General Manager Yuri Sokolov making it official that next week, Briggs and Moon going to receive their winnings besides the trophy. And, of course, that big old bonus check, the shot at the Fusion Tag Team titles next week. Andrew Briggs, PJ Moon versus the Undead for the Fusion Tag Team titles. But for Andrew Briggs here tonight, just looking to keep up the impressive streak he's been on this season, including wins over Jacob Ziegler, Harvey Hastings, Bannon. Yo, what's up, Crispy? This is the co-main event, so you've missed most of the show. It's been a pretty good one. Glad to have you drop in, though. And the hot commodity, the one and only Joey Diaz. Another NGW alumni, fan favorite. Joey Diaz, last time we caught him was at Retaliation, where he took the loss that Anarchy Championship tournament to Tyson Cage, in fact. But Joey Diaz is one of those guys you know is going to have a bright future, and this could be a stepping stone to the next chapter of his career. A win over someone like Andrew Briggs is nothing to scoff at, and I believe that Joey Diaz has all the tools in his arsenal to be able to best Briggs. But you also got to take into account the role that Briggs has been on. Can Joey Diaz handle that momentum that's coming at him? I can tell you the results if you want, Crispy. Unless you just want to wait and watch it later. Joey Diaz has got a fire burning deep in him. A thirst for success. This is definitely a proving point. I think a matchup that Yuri Sokolov made to test Joey Diaz's abilities to go up against someone the level of Andrew Briggs, the 3-time record-setting light heavyweight champion, the king of the ring, and the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic winner, who this time next week could be walking out with some tag team gold alongside PJ Moon. But it was a week ago he attempted to become #1 contender for the world title, in a contention that a lot of people thought he had already deserved with the win over Jacob Ziegler. There's no doubt in my mind that I talked about this with Paul Devine last night during the tournament, that Briggs will be a world champion this season. The show kicked off. We had, I'm not even going to remember. This is vintage dashing memory. Literally can't even remember the first match from tonight. No, I do. We had Cameron Cray and Tyson Cage knocked off Percy Simmons and Shea Hoxton. KRIS Proudfoot defeated Bannon. Chris Sullivan knocked off Jaden Shadow. Jason Spade beat Logan Hale. And we just had Malandra win a triple threat over Killian Red and Dallas Steele. And now into our co-main event, Joey Diaz, Andrew Briggs, as Referee Murphy rings the bell, and Diaz starts strong. Kick to the midsection. Brainbuster right into a pin. 1. Imagine if that was enough to do it. That would put Joey Diaz down on the annals of history. Andrew Briggs not going to let that happen. No teardrop suplex. Kick to the midsection to follow through. Diaz grabs him, though, and that dragon screw just about tearing Andrew's knee off that. Tit for tat. Oh, my God. Who's got the best dragon screw? You decide. Jesus. Oh, what a spot. Just continue trying to kick each other to the chest. Nope, nobody's allowing it. Who's going to be the first? Nope. Back and forth they go. 1999 up in here. Oh, the kick to the back. There we go. Briggs changes it up. Dragged by the arm. Andrew Briggs always been a bit of a show-off, but fact is he can back it up. Headstand, side headlock continues to be applied. Now releases it. Going up to the second turnbuckle. And Briggs is so well-rounded. Knee game is definitely what you want to watch out for the most if you're an opponent of Andrew Briggs. You got to study those knees of his. Steer clear, otherwise you are going night-night. Side that back up. Briggs, an incredible high flyer. Super agile and athletic. Ooh, there's Joey Diaz, someone who's also well known for their knees. Shot out to the midsection, though. Briggs catches him before it connects. Pretty wicked clothesline that was. Jawbreaker stunning Andrew just a bit. That allows Joey Diaz to close in on him. Luthez, and right hands cracking that jaw. Briggs, the veteran, rolls to the outside where he knows he can't be pinned or submitted, luring Diaz out to meet him, but Diaz is ready. Brainbuster again. And on the outside, the damage is multiplied times 10. The concrete that lies beneath those thin pads. And Briggs takes another shot to the neck with that cravat. Count of 4 by the referee as Briggs escapes that hammerlock setup that Joey Diaz was going into. Jumping cutter. These guys got to beat the count. Jockeying for control towards the end of the ramp, though. There goes Diaz. Andrew Briggs right behind him. Diaz waiting for Briggs is quicker. Irish whip. Drop down. Back elbow. Waiting for him. Diaz cracked with a headbutt. Big forearm smash throw does not connect. Up against the ropes. Diaz is trapped and Briggs just throwing them hands. Scoop slam. Nope. Diaz slides down. Hook to the jaw. What is this? Oh, man. Knee to face. And Diaz a millisecond away from the biggest win of his career. Well, Briggs might have a broken nose after this match is said and done, but still kicking. As always, the heart of Andrew Briggs never brought into contention. One of the most resilient superstars throughout all of CMV's history. Clothesline barrage now by the King of the Ring. Briggs is feeling it. The fans up on their feet behind him. Diaz looks like he's in la-la land, but Briggs ain't content. Not just yet. Diaz biding his time, though. Perhaps luring Briggs in. Playing a bit of possum. Kick to the midsection. DDT. Woo. Face full of canvas into the pin. 1, 2. This is the co-main event, PJ. So the main event up next. The world title, of course, gonna be on the line as Harvey Hastings challenges Jacob Ziegler. Briggs got Diaz down, though. Another pinfall attempt. Nearly the 3 count. 2.99999. And Briggs a bit taken aback. He thought that was it. Joey Diaz showing some tenacity, but as he's thrown into the corner, we know what's coming next, and so does Diaz. He did his homework. Knee strike. Briggs is busted open. What a shot. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Sweeping kick. Briggs with the wherewithal, saw it coming, rolls out of the way. From behind, Diaz escapes the waistlock. Snapmare. Not able to deflect that rolling neck snap. Briggs getting a bit agitated. Maybe getting a bit inside of his own head. Jumping elbow drop after flicking some blood down onto Diaz. That's pretty rude and also gross. Well, so far, I'll say this much. Diaz has been holding his own and impressing me, as I'm sure he has impressed a whole lot in the crowd and backstage. Jerry Sokolov, again, I think this match was definitely made as a test for Diaz to see how he fares against the upper echelon of Monday Night Fusion. And Diaz just allowing Andrew Briggs clean ring entry as he beckons him to continue this match if he has what it takes. Jumping knee strike, Briggs down again, right back up, man. You can't keep this kid down. The CMV veteran just does not know the meaning of the word quit. He will not die. Now Diaz dropped over that top rope, chest first. Stomp to the arm. Stomp to the arm again. Andrew Briggs trying to reel Joey Diaz in. Instead gets a face full of knee once more. And Diaz getting more and more aggressive as the match goes on, bashing Briggs' head in. Diaz from behind, sizing up the shot. Had Briggs right where he wanted him. Briggs was prepared. And there's those knees, shot after shot after shot. Diaz is busted open as the final one. Gets sent home, and there's Diaz straight back at it. Incredible. The hot commodity gives it another try, but yet again Briggs is having none of it, neither here nor there. Float over DDT, hooks the leg to pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Diaz starting to bleed bad as Briggs has got him right where he wants him. Diaz knows that. Escapes from his grasp into a front headlock. Just holding Briggs there, taking a breath. Forearm smash. Looked like it knocked Briggs' lights out. Right back into action. Where the hell? Diaz to the top rope. Caught by Briggs though. And Andrew. Sit down. Face buster from the high rent district. You have got to be kidding me. What a sleeper this match is. Still in the show. And Briggs again with the barrage. Diaz bleeding like a stuck pig, man. Donning that proverbial crimson mask. Getting lucky with a rope break, but is he lucky? Because I don't know if this match can continue. If I were Murphy, I'd probably call for a timeout real quick and check on Diaz. I don't even know how he's conscious losing that much blood. And look at that reversal. Not just conscious, but still on his A game. Pin, hoping and praying that's going to be enough, but of course it won't be. Look at these vicious boots right to the side of the head, just stomping down on Briggs' dome. But I swear, man, if Diaz gets this victory, I'm going to become his biggest fan. Look at Briggs with these reversals every time the up-and-comer is looking to finish things off. Got to wiping the blood out of his eyes. Uh-oh, Diaz going to the top rope. Is this such a good idea? This could either be the saving grace or his downfall. And there you go. Misses that strike attempt. Maybe going for a clothesline. I'm not necessarily sure. Complete shot. Briggs gets clipped. Running knee strike by Diaz. Collapsing from exhaustion, but into the pit out of instinct. Hands atop his head. Oh, this is like the fourth, fifth time Diaz is trying to finish off Briggs. Can he do it? Diaz! Knee strike into the pit hastily. 1, 2. Oh my God. How the hell? Diaz finally gets what he's been looking for. And it is not enough, man. That's got to play some serious mind games. But look at Diaz's face. No, Briggs also bleeding pretty bad now too. Body splash in the corner. Man, after everything he went through in the X-Gen Tag Team Classic last night, to come out here just 24 hours later and put on a banger like this. Props to Briggs and props to Diaz as well. Man, Diaz just keeps throwing out these knees like goddamn candy on Halloween. And look at Briggs go. Look at a wild animal becoming uncaged. Flurry of lefts and rights, gouging the cut. Diaz just gouged the cut of Andrew. That is some fucking survival instinct shit. Oh God, what is Joey looking for now? O'Connor roll popped up into a German suplex. What kind of condition is Briggs gonna be in for he and PJ's Fusion Tag Team title match next week against the Undead? Dragon screw, much like how this match started. Oh my God, these knees, dude, these knees on the button, into the pin. 1, 2. Briggs looking up at the lights through the blood that seeped down into his eyes. Look at Diaz, has it all over his chest. Both men's knuckles bloody. Knee, 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 knee. Oh, knee. Yeah, Briggs got that need to win. That has got to do it. 1, 2. Oh my Lord. Here we go though. Briggs to the top rope. Very rarely pulls out this move, only in the most desperate of situations, and I'd say this counts. Corkscrew, moonsault. Diaz moves out of the way. Oh my God, can he capitalize? Oh, Briggs is right back at it. Reverses the Hangman's neckbreaker. Diaz. Yo, this kid, Fisherman's neckbreaker. 1, 2. Oh. This match is ridiculous. Co-main event. Yeah, we still have a world title match to come. Up next, Harvey Hastings, Jacob Ziegler for the big gold, but Diaz for the win of his career. Christ. Jesus Christ. Diaz, with whatever he has got left, barely able to stand on his feet. I don't know how this match hasn't been called off. I question Murphy's decision to allow this match to continue, honestly. Even though it's been amazing, these two guys look fucking gnarly, gruesome. And now it's Briggs who just flops into the pin and finally gets the 3 count. My God. Wow. Wow. All of the credit. I mean, if Joey Diaz comes out of this pouting, he shouldn't. 100% round of applause for Joey Diaz. If anything, he showed here that he's got what it takes to compete at the upper level here on Fusion and in CMV. Maybe it's not his time just yet, but what a show. What a show from the hot commodity. And of course, as always, Andrew Briggs. Just absolutely astonishing. As blood just pours down his face, Andrew Briggs barely stands tall. Well, now, guys, it all comes down to this here on Monday Night Fusion number 145. It has been a hell of a night. We just witnessed a show stealer as Andrew Briggs toppled Joey Diaz. But this is, let's be honest, what we all came here tonight to see. The rubber match that's been a while in the making, Undisputed Championship, is on the line. Harvey Hastings, who survived that brutal fatal five-way last week to come out on top, challenges the pride of Scotland, Jacob Ziegler, for the big gold, the grandest prize in all of CMV, the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, you go all the way back to Ascendant 6, the main event of day one, where it started between these two. Harvey Hastings dashing Jacob Ziegler's boyhood dreams of winning that world title. But just a month later, Jacob Ziegler put his own career on the line for just one more shot, and he got the job done. Now, all these months later, Harvey has gotten back to the top. He is number one contender, but Ziegler said, I ain't waiting to Requiem. Let's get this done once and for all. And Harvey said, you want it? You got it. Let's do it. And here we go. Harvey Hastings, who we all know can be a son of a bitch, scratched and crawled and wormed and connived his way back to the peak of the mountain here on Monday Night Fusion. Can he become a world champion yet again? We know he can beat Jacob Ziegler. We know Jacob Ziegler can beat Harvey Hastings. It's what makes this match so hard to call. You also got to keep in mind, Harvey, Jacob Ziegler both have not had the greatest season, taking a lot of losses. Even though Ziegler, put on possible match of the year candidate, maybe one of the greatest matches in CMV history at Retaliation, retaining his title against Percy Simmons. There's still that underlying factor that, we saw Briggs beat him. We saw Markentel beat him. Harvey Hastings was once the best that Monday Night Fusion had to offer. The longest reigning world champion of last season. But now Ziegler holds that mantle. And this is a matchup that a lot of people wanted to see, specifically because Harvey Hastings never got his contractual rematch for the championship after losing to Ziegler at Battle Scars 4. Had to earn it in that fatal five-way, and earn it he did. But it was this man who went to such lengths as to put his career on the line if it meant getting a shot at that world title. And now he holds it in his hand, and it looks like we're not going to be alone. Look who's coming out behind Jacob Ziegler. I'm not even necessarily sure that Ziegler's aware of Moon's presence, but PJ Moon, who's been adamantly vocal on social media since last week that he feels Harvey Hastings, A, shouldn't even have been in that fatal five-way after Moon beat him at Retaliation, and B, blames Hastings for costing him the world championship. Just 24 hours ago, Moon and the man we just saw, Andrew Briggs, won the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. In the semifinals, Moon and Briggs beat out the team of Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. But it looks like Ziegler's going to have some company in his corner. This is Jacob Ziegler's third defense of the World Championship. He retained it against MLP when Michael Lee Pratt cashed in Money in the Bank and, of course, again defeated Percy Simmons at Retaliation. Ziegler had what it takes, though, to prove once and for all he is the better man over Harvey Hastings. So here we go for the grandest prize in CMV. The history behind this championship speaks for itself. Hall of Famers have held that title. Some of the greatest ever to lace up a pair of boots and step into that ring have held that championship. Harvey Hastings has held that championship, been gnawing at the chance to redeem himself ever since he lost it at Battle Scars 4. The assassin, the psychopath, Double H is ready to rip Ziegler limb from limb. He has to, but the pride of Scotland, years he spent climbing that mountain slowly, getting to the top, and it took putting his livelihood up for grabs for just one last attempt at that gold. He did it. He did what he's been working his entire career for, but will all come to an end right here, right now, and especially with PJ Moon being ringside, guys. This match is up in the air if you ask me. I've got no pick. So here we go. Murphy holds up the big gold. Harvey Hastings, Jacob Ziegler for the World Championship in the main event of Fusion number 145. Referee rings the bell. Ziegler right out of the gate on Harvey like a monkey on a cupcake for that neck breaker. Sweep up though by Hastings immediately. You see they waste no time going after each other because they know each other extremely well. First time opponents, you'd go into that collar elbow tie-up. You'd spend some time warming up. But these guys ain't about that life. They didn't even want to wait until Requiem for this match. Hurricane Rana by Harvey. Ooh, going after the neck, grabbing Ziegler by the hair. Wow, we know Hastings is a nasty son of a bitch. Doing it again. Better be careful though, because Jacob Ziegler has a champion's advantage. He can retain on a count out or a disqualification, and well, Harvey cannot win the title that way. So Harvey got to be careful when he does that type of shit. Murphy's discretion, whether to call for the bell or not. World Championship on the line, though. Probably going to be a bit more lenient than usual. Ooh, drop down by Harvey. There's super kick up under the jaw. Knocking a couple of teeth loose, I bet. Irish whip. Harvey into the corner, though. Jacob Ziegler approaches him. Maybe looking for an early buckle bomb. No, though, says Hastings. Irish whip. Watch out, Murphy. Charges with a European uppercut. Cleaning the champ's clock, that's for sure. And going into a tequila. No. Tequila Sunrise setup, but instead grabs at Ziegler's arm. Rolls out of that, though, not looking to stick around. We know that Hastings is a submission expert. Look at how he won that Fatal 5-Way last week. Tapped out Markentel with that patented Anaconda Vice of his. And, well, it's something that Ziegler has felt on more than one occasion as well, so. Ziegler goes for the submission now with that Rings of Saturn, but gets out of it. Crucifix slam. Oh, and a stomp to the bicep. Gotta watch Harvey going after that arm, because you know he's softening it up. Jacob Ziegler taking the time to admonish himself in front of the CMV universe, as PJ Moon seems to be cheering him on from ringside. Ooh, Ziegler going for a clothesline, looking to knock Harvey Hastings out of the ring, but gave the assassin too much time. Reeled Ziegler right into that trap. Hastings to the top rope. Gonna go for a blitzkrieg? No, what's he doing? In Soaring 450. I've never seen Harvey do that before. Into the pin. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. I'd say it's pretty obvious who PJ Moon is rooting for here. Might be Moon's worst dream for Harvey to be world champion once again. Vintage Ziggler there with the pump handle neckbreaker. Here comes Ziggler, the artiste at work, just like a vulture picking apart his arch rival. Look, just going after the fingers now. This is a dick move. Double knees then rolling through on the kidneys. To pick Harvey up. Harvey, though, catches him with that jawbreaker. Forearm smash. Rushes. Ooh, and gets that knee. Here goes Ziggler back to the rings of Saturn. Ziggler been using this a lot more lately. Always good to have a backup. You know, Ziggler's got certainly a ton of ways he could beat an opponent. His super kick, his buckle bomb, his moonsault, the divine intervention he's recently started using. Watch Harvey, though. Stomp to the lower back. Stomp to the bicep now. Oh, look at PJ trying to call the attention of Hastings, and maybe it worked. Ziggler gets the upper hand off the ropes, tries for a jumping knee again. Hastings, though, instead, goes for a tilt-a-whirl. Ziggler just throws him off like, fuck out of here with that shit, fam. Sent him flying. Now Harvey trapped in the corner, and that's exactly where Ziggler's going to want him to be. Buckle bomb by the champ. Harvey crumbles, and Ziggler for the 3rd time into the rings of Saturn. Seems like the Pride of Scotland wants to win by submission. Maybe a goal of his, but in trying to do that, he's also giving Hastings, a better chance to come back. Ooh, tries for a clothesline. You can sense that Harvey is getting desperate. I think Ziggler can sense it too. Going for the divine intervention. No, but it's caught by Harvey into a Boston Crab. Oh, rope break made for Ziggler, though. And the swag walk. Ever present. There's one thing about Jacob Ziggler, you can never smack that snide smirk off his face. Here goes Jacob Ziggler to the top rope now. I think Harvey Hastings is under the impression he threw him to the outside. Double accent up in the high rent district, though. And the champion is on high right now. Driver's seat locked down, but Harvey lures him into the corner. And a power bomb by the psychopath. Ziggler just shrugs it off. Dirt off his shoulder. Irish whipper to the corner. We all know full well what Ziggler wants, but Harvey is making it very hard for him. What is this? Whoa, Michinoku driver. A little bit of a twist. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Harvey Hastings going to the top rope. Is he looking for the Blitzkrieg? He is! Blitzkrieg! Blitzkrieg by Harvey! Wait a minute, what's PJ Moon doing? Moon into the ring! Just broke up the pin! What? PJ Moon just broke up Harvey Hastings' pin! And now Jacob Ziggler able to take back control. That was a blatant breakup of the pin. Harvey Hastings very well may have had the championship won. And I don't know if Murphy is blind, but Moon has not been ejected. Oh, and what's Moon doing now? Wait a minute, guys. Moon has grabbed a steel chair from under the ring. Hastings completely focused on Ziggler right now. But Moon, with that steel chair in his hand, circling like a shark in the ocean, sniffing out its prey. And Moon Steel chair! What the hell? This match is over! Disqualification! Murphy has called it! But Ziggler continues! And look at this! Look at the pose by Ziggler! Wow! PJ Moon has just cost Harvey Hastings the World Championship. And even though Hastings wins via disqualification, the championship cannot change hands like that. Ziggler is still the undisputed champion, as Moon from the ramp has quite possibly the biggest smile I have ever seen on his face. Wow. First, PJ Moon breaks up Hastings' pin after the Blitzkrieg, which very well may have made him a two-time champion, and then just flat out bashes Harvey's head in with a steel chair. And Ziggler doesn't look too happy himself, guys, at that outcome. I knew. I'll say this much. I knew as soon as PJ Moon came down to the ring for that match that something was going to happen. I did not think he was going to take it to the extremes that he did there, though. I mean, that was... I like PJ Moon, but I don't agree with that. Ziggler apparently doesn't agree with it. And once Harvey regains consciousness, I assure you he is not going to agree with it either. But, wow, what a conclusion. That match was good, too. It's always a shame when something like that happens, but PJ Moon said it himself, Harvey, you are not winning the World Championship, and, well, he made good on that promise. But for the live event, somehow have to move on from that. I figured that from now on, for live events, we are just going to pick one of the predetermined matches. And that's the one we'll play. So what do we have here? Proudfoot and Spade versus Harris and Valentine. We've got the Undead versus the Hastings. And Ziggler versus Moon in this this dark match here. I think we know which one we're going to want to see. Start the show. So here we go. We got Proudfoot and Spade, who actually beat out the team of Harris and Valentine in the opening rounds of the X-Gen Tag Team Classic. Let's see if they can do it again. And they do not. Harris and Valentine getting a bit of revenge. Then we've got the Undead, the Fusion Tag Team Champions, taking on, I'm sure, an irate Harvey Hastings and his son, Stefan. And the Hastings actually get the victory over the champs there. That doesn't bode well for Damien and Bloody Justice, who have to defend their titles against, well, the man we are about to see in action, PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs next week. But, well, the bigger story is, what the hell, after what PJ Moon did in the main event of Fusion during the world title match, attacking Harvey Hastings and effectively retaining the championship for Jacob Ziggler via disqualification. But, well, now we're going to get a bit of a follow-up on that, because Ziggler in action against PJ Moon right here tonight. Here we go. Jacob Ziggler, who, for all intents and purposes, has PJ Moon to thank for still being the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. But as we saw at the end of Fusion, Jacob Ziggler did not seem all that happy with Moon's interference. Even though it was seeming like Harvey was on the verge of becoming world champion again, I think Jacob Ziggler would much rather lose the championship than retain it in the way that he did, because, I mean, just look at Ziggler's track record so far as champion. Twice he has retained the title, and he hasn't even done it himself. Of course, MLP cashed in Money in the Bank on him. It was Pierre Thompson who attacked MLP and then threw Jacob Ziggler on top of him to retain. Now, the only legitimate retention Ziggler has on his resume is against Percy Simmons. PJ Moon had his own agenda, though. He said, Harvey, you are not going to be world champion again as long as I am around, and he made good on it. Figure 4 head scissors here applied by the world champion. Ziggler so far, the bell has rang. Control over Moon, and not the first time these two are on the ring together, first time in quite a while, but it was actually Moon's debut night here in CMV during the second annual Deadly Games at Purgatory that PJ Moon defeated Jacob Ziggler in the first round of that tournament. And that is that's a win that PJ Moon has actually referenced many times on Twitter when the discussion of him getting a world championship opportunity has arisen. Jacob Ziggler, though, hanging him up to dry on the top rope there, going to collect him. And the big question now has got to be, what of the world championship? Is Harvey going to get another opportunity? Is PJ Moon looking to worm his way into the picture? Are we going to have another #1 contenders match? Or a lot is up in the air after that. Ooh, body splash in the corner. Oh, yeah, that's not it, though. Moon getting funky like a monkey as it drops down to do the worm. Big ol' elbow drop then. Using all that tenacity. Working what the good Lord gave him. Only a 1 count there. Ziggler pops up and out of it. Jacob Ziggler tries for another spine buster, how he started the match, but PJ Moon turns it around this time into a pretty devastated looking DDT and discus knee smash. Vintage Moon not finished. Oh, watch the hips, watch the hips. Strutting his stuff. DDT. And the seductive pin. Oh, but Ziggler gets lucky with the rope break. Moon's so infatuated with the theatrics that didn't realize where Ziggler's body was positioned and came back to nip him in the butt there. Ziggler gonna send some heavy shots back as he looks for the buckle bomb. Stomp. Moves out of the way. Kick to the midsection. Trips him up. Into a lion tamer, Jacob Ziggler. Putting some serious pressure on the lower back. Moon flips out of it. Face first on the top turnbuckle, and again, another time, over and over. We know that Moon has a mean streak. We saw it on Fusion. Now Moon can get a bit nuts. I'll say, to put it lightly. Sometimes when something isn't going his way, we saw it during the X-Gen Tag Team Classic. Elbow to the face, gonna get Ziggler out of the corner, but doesn't help him out much now. Dropped over the top rope. Kicks out that knee. Jacob Ziggler never stops working. Oh, the slide. Slid like all the way across the ring. Ziggler had a lot of time to get out of the way of that. Discus knee strike again. Finds its target. Into the pin. 1, 2. Indeed, Maury, you missed Fusion. This is our live event match here. Jacob Ziggler and PJ Moon going one-on-one. And it might be Moon who could pick up quite the win for himself here. Into the pin again. 1, 2. Oh. Very close call. Jawbreaker, though. Ziggler Tosses Moon to the corner once more, on the hunt for a buckle bomb. Moon fully expecting it. Watch out, Poe. Oh, no. PJ Moon doing the worm like nobody else can. Into that elbow strap. That elbow strap. There's that cheeky kick to the shin. Just an asshole move. PJ Moon bringing himself up on the apron, only to get punched right in the face, and the swag walk. Jacob Ziegler as world champion. Ooh, that drop kick into the apron. Has to be willing to take on any and all comers. It's the day after retaining his championship by disqualification because of Moon. Here he is fighting Moon. Shot to the jaw, and I do have to say, Moon has been manhandling the champ the majority of this bout. Body slam. Ziegler does not want to see that worm again. Drive the boot into the gut, but PJ Moon sees it coming. Trips him up and possibly chipped a tooth the way he smacked face first off the mat. And Moon now, the DDTs haven't been working. Maybe that rolling heel kick will do the deed. Oh, we won't hear the end of it if Moon picks up this win here. Basking in his glory, though. Taking a moment, just looking down at the unconscious Ziegler. Oh, but then Ziegler starts to move. Yeah, Moon hesitating. And it's that hesitation that'll be his downfall. Ziegler clipping him with that knee. Tried for the clothesline, didn't work out. Irish whip instead. High knee. Moon dodges it. Tiger suplex. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Discus knee strike, numero trace. Ziegler gets busted open. Trip up though, seems to have just miffed him a bit. Now he's angry. Mooger? Who the fuck is Mooger? Moon gonna feel the full force of that anger, that Scottish piss and vinegar. Moon going for a ride with this monkey flip. Ziegler hardly able to stand. This is pay-per-view worthy match here for these live event fans, and might be coming to an end now. Jacob Ziegler looking to inject a bit of divine intervention into Moon's life. To the pin. Does the champ have it? 1, 2, no. Ziegler stays on top of it though. Oh, and there's that rolling heel kick again. This time Moon into the pin. 1, 2. Oh. Well, I think Moon is learning real quick exactly why Jacob Ziegler is the undisputed world heavyweight champion. I think Ziegler is also learning through this match though why a lot of people feel like Moon deserves a shot at that title. Clothesline, calf kick. Discus knee strike. The whole shebang. Moon knows that he's got to pace himself in the later parts of this match. Taking a second, deep breath. Ziegler ain't going anywhere. Or maybe he is. Or maybe he's not. DDT. And Moon very confident as he slides into the pin. 1, 2, 3. PJ Moon. It might be a live event, but that win is still going to count for something. Non-title victory for Moon over Ziegler. Well, we'll say it's been a good week for PJ Moon. The future of Jacob Ziegler and his world championship is up in the air, but winning the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic, the stunt he pulled on Fusion, and this win here, all adding up together, man. Moon proving himself to be a viable #1 contender, but well, I assure you this much. What Moon did on Fusion will not go unanswered by Harvey Hastings. You can count on that. But guys, as always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, you're new to the show, make sure that you drop a follow so that you are notified when I go live. And next time, which will be tomorrow for NGW, going to be a big show. You don't want to miss it. But yes, thank you for joining. Great show. I hope that you have a good rest of your night, and I will see you next time. Toodles.